Hey Louis fans, Louis Vision here. Oh man, Film Theory, How to Kill Marvel's Luke Cage. I didn't know Comics Explained was started doing videos for the Film Theorists. No, I'm just kidding. Were Comics Explained? Oh my god, even the first YouTubers to do that kind of concept, where you just do what you can do to kill off a character. No, but I'm a big movie fan, and I'm a big film theory fan, and I'm a big Marvel fan, so this is right up my fucking alley, and I am curious, is there a way to kill Luke Cage? I'm thinking drown him. Can he heal like Wolverine? Let's find out.
Sweet Christmas.
Way to neglect the Jewish viewers, Luke. Sweet Hanukkah much?
Don't try and take away Christmas, says the atheist. You just earned a couple of dislikes.
Just my long-held desire to be a supervillain. Or, quite simply, maybe it's my desire to be able to beat brawn with brains. Or maybe I just want some compelling but ultimately honest clickbait. I am not really sure, probably some combination of all three of those things. What I am sure about, though, is that one superhero is safe, and that one is Aquaman, because your powers suck. Way to put innocent marine life into the line of fire.
How many of these have you done? Oh shit, maybe you were the first.
Sweet Christmas, Luke Cage, today, it is you who has drawn the short straw. In other words, it is time for you to meet my Lucille. Well, it's actually a metaphorical Lucille because literally hitting Luke with a barbed wire bat wouldn't have any effect due to his one superpower, impenetrable skin. That's right, throughout Marvel's Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, Luke is routinely shot, stabbed, blown up, shot again, stabbed again, and blown up again, but all of it has no effect on Luke. He's like a steel electric type Pokemon. He just walks away without a scratch. Daredevil was bedridden half of season 2 because of a couple of punches, and Jessica Jones received her fair share of scars, but not Luke. The villains of the series, Cottonmouth and Diamondback, have to literally resort to alien bullets just to have a fighting chance against the guy. So this got me to thinking, is there a simpler solution here than just magic ET
They gave him a
bullets? What
kryptonite.
if everything you needed was right here on Earth, at your very fingertips? Well, get ready, Luke, cause the rise of Dr. Theory is upon you.
That was a thing. They used to make characters that were pretty much unstoppable
I said
back
I
in the
wanted
day.
to be a super
Doctor
villain,
Strange.
okay? I didn't say I had a good name picked out yet. Evil Mind. No. Anti-Pat. No, nothing. Never mind. So like I said, ultimately all of Luke Cage's powers boil down to one thing. His skin. Skin made out of 3 layers measuring 2 millimeters thick and creating one impenetrable body. And that's it. Get past that outer wall Cena and he's just as vulnerable as you or me. As we learn about at the end of Jessica Jones, after Luke takes a shotgun to the face, the whiplash from the shotgun blast causes Luke's brain to slam against his skull, putting him into an immediate coma. So to take Luke Cage out, we just need to get to those squishy innards of his. Now, throughout season 1 of this Netflix series, every single villain has focused on piercing Luke's 2mm fortress of protection via knives, guns, rocket launchers, shotguns, alien bullets, but everyone's been looking at this from the wrong perspective. Now, before Luke Cage was a superhuman with the toughest skin on Earth, he was just your average guy with normal skin and horrific facial hair. Man, Marvel, I know your budget
would just slam him against a brick wall over and over.
Jeez, it looks like you glued a chia pet onto his chin. Anyway,
mash up his insides like a blender? Is it just his skin that's indestructible? I thought it was all together.
Dr. Burstein performs an experimental treatment on him, resulting in his impenetrable skin. Later on in the series, Dr. Burstein actually reveals the source of Luke's superhuman
to watch fucking
abilities.
Luke Cage.
Chemical composition,
I'm familiar with the
his
comics
DNA,
though, so.
has been fused with the foreign DNA of an abalone.
We used a process called CRISPR to fuse the subject's DNA with another DNA to gain its attributes.
Now, believe it or not, but this CRISPR process that Dr. Burstein mentions is actually a real thing.
Foreign DNA was abalone shell, wasn't it?
Yes, an abalone. It is a snail that lives in the sea. A sea snail. Now, I make jokes because that seems lame, but abalone are actually known for their incredibly hard shells, abalone nacre. The shells are so strong, in fact, that students at UC San Diego are now using them to create body armor, tougher and stronger than Kevlar. But it doesn't stop there. Abalone is just as strong as steel and can even stop bullets. So maybe Aquaman's powers aren't so silly after all. Imagine him having a team of of impenetrable shellfish as bodyguards. Alright, on second thought, it's still really dumb. Speaking of dumb, Aquaman's hair. Go get some conditioner because the sea salt is really starting to build up there, buddy. So one method we see in the show is eroding what makes the abalone so strong.
Why wouldn't he just be a shell
when trying to remove the alien shrapnel
encased in a
from Luke's
shell
body in a
and
series
unable
of
to move,
acid
you know?
baths.
How is
Dr.
his skin
Burstein,
still
abalone
flexible
on
if
its
that's the
own is
case?
nearly
I don't know.
impenetrable, a
Science.
shield of stacked calcium carbonate plates, but by destroying the hydrogen covalent bonds between those plates, he can actually break through.
Your skin cells were bonded with hydrogen covalent bonds
I should be
at the
listening.
exact point of acidity, temperature, and saline concentration.
Now, before we go any further, for those unfamiliar, a covalent bond is a super strong chemical bond
It's
that pairs
explaining what I'm
electrons
asking.
between atoms, strengthening their outer shells and stabilizing them. Basically, think of a covalent bond like a marriage. Two hot, single young atoms catch each other's eyes from across the molecular field, recognize that they need the other one to fill a hole in their life, or at least their valence shell, and a few rounds of Netflix and chill later, they've formed a tight bond. A tight covalent bond. Now, in order to perform surgery on Luke
What scene
Cage,
is that from?
Dr.
Skyfall?
Burstein needs to break those covalent bonds. Dr. Burstein is basically the hussy from across the street trying to horn in on your man, homewrecker after you gave all
Where's
your
the paper
atomic energy
bag?
to that no-good
Would you-
cheating husband of yours. It's like an
You know what I'm
episode of
talking
nerdy
about,
Jerry Springer.
guys.
To break up the bonds, the doctor recreates the exact same
Ladies.
circumstances that caused Luke's powers in the first place. And scientifically speaking, this is completely the right approach. The only way to break a covalent bond is by recreating what caused the bond in the first place. So way to go, Luke Cage writers, you have done your homework, unlike others. So to break those covalent bonds that bind you, you have to match the same
More
amount of
Skyfall.
energy
What's with
needed to
Skyfall?
form the bond in
Oh,
the first
bonds.
place. For Luke
I just
Cage,
got it.
Dr. Burstein knows the reactants that formed Luke's super skin: acid, saline, Luke's DNA, and abalone DNA. But he doesn't know the amount of energy needed to break up that product. Geneticists have created ways to reverse the CRISPR process. You know, in case all this genetic meddling leads to some sort of less than desired effect, like a three-eyed fish, or someone who looks like
You're
a
totally
Red
taking
Skull
a
or
different
something.
approach
So
than
the
I
true
would. Like
secret to
you're
beating
taking a
Luke
totally
Cage is to
scientific
reverse
approach.
the CRISPR
to how to
process.
kill this
but
guy.
that's got to be really hard, right?
How did
Well,
Deadpool
you'd
kill
be
him when he killed the
surprised.
universe?
So scientists
Shit.
typically reverse these effects using what's known as restriction enzymes, which are kind of like super selective scissors for DNA, except instead of cutting paper and forming origami flowers, you're cutting into human DNA and forming superhuman flowers. Each restriction enzyme recognizes a particular DNA sequence and cuts out this sequence within the DNA. Thus, to reverse Luke Cage's powers, all you have to do is cut out the foreign DNA, that abalone nacre sequence, from the source DNA.
How the hell do you do that, though?
Cage, turning him back into a mere thin-skinned mortal. So at this point, you might be saying to yourself, well, Matt, that doesn't sound a whole lot easier than dipping him into an acid bath. Where do I get my hands on restriction enzymes for abalone nacre? To which I say to you, Google. And it's only $58. It's like Black Friday all over again. But then how do you get all of this into him, I hear you asking? They can't even cut into his skin, so what chance does a needle have?
that a black
to which I say
joke?
to
I'm
you,
just kidding.
none. No chance in heck. A needle
Black
is not the
Friday.
way to go. Besides, if you simply injected the restriction enzyme into Luke Cage, his immune system would immediately destroy those foreign proteins. Once a virus binds to the living cell, it injects the foreign DNA into the host and then replicates this DNA throughout the body. Think of the process like a Trojan horse, where a bunch of heavily armed soldiers
that
sneak
little
their way
virus
past
be
your
able to
cell's
penetrate the
defensive
cells,
gates.
though?
But I already
Would the
know
cells,
what you're thinking.
skin cells
How do you
even
get
be
your hands on
penetrable?
a virus? I mean, it's not like you can just go online and purchase the common cold
a
off the
virus to
internet.
even work. Are we talking about a little
Yep,
mechanical
you too can have
virus
your
made of
very own
adamantium?
common cold virus. Get your entire school a sick day by releasing
Or something so
viruses
small
throughout your
it
classroom.
goes between
Just
the
a couple
atoms
bucks off
of
Amazon
Luke Cage's
Prime. So with your
cells.
ingredients in hand, do a pen pineapple apple pen. I have
Ant-Man
an
style.
enzyme. I have a virus. Virus enzyme. All you have to do is splice the two together and voila! You have the perfect cocktail to defeat Luke Cage. And the best thing about this virus is that it's airborne. You don't even need to attempt to pierce Luke Cage's skin. Just invite him out to the local Java Hut, get 2 cups of coffee, laugh over what a terrible lawyer Matt Murdock is, and then finally wait for the sign that the airborne cold virus you've exposed him to in the cafe
Okay.
has taken
What
effect.
am I thinking?
turning
See, I don't
his
know.
impenetrable skin back to normal.
The virus
Just
would
wait
do
for
that to
first
his cells
sniffle
on the
and
inside, right? Not his skin cells. I'm an idiot.
Wall. It's a heck of a lot better prize than Aquaman. And with that, brains
virus, get him sick.
Brawn 0.
That makes sense. I agree with that.
But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut. Also, a very special thank you to the team over at the Wisecrack channel for helping me with the research for this episode. If you enjoyed it, then please do me a favor, and also yourself a favor, and go check them out. They're some of my best friends on YouTube, and where we do mostly science and math-based theories, they do theories and analyses based on the humanities, philosophy, ethics, things like that. So if you enjoyed this episode, then you are going to love their analysis on my favorite current animated series, Rick and Morty. Legitimately one of the funniest, smartest shows on right now, and their analysis of it is one of the funniest, smartest videos of that show online. So pull a Luke Cage and punch that button you see on screen to show them some love and find yourself a new favorite channel. And make sure you stay tuned. We have a lot more Marvel on the way next month. So
you got some balls,
that subscribe button to join the notification
Go find
squad.
Another favorite channel.
Squad. Gotta go. See you next week.
You're like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol. Man, if they pulled me out of that prison, must be some serious shit. They pulled me out of there, can't be good out here. You know, you're not that great, Tom. I'm kidding. Ghost Protocol was an awesome movie. This was an awesome film theory. And you know what? I actually agree with the conclusion that you have reached. Kill Luke with a virus, because if it is just his skin that's impenetrable and unbreakable, then yeah, that fucking makes sense. You know, Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, was a guy, and he had such a famous death that he stayed dead. And, you know, we've had plenty of Captain Marvels since, the most notable one being... Shit, what's her name? I should fucking know. Crap, they're making a movie on her. She's going to be the star and everything. But the original Captain Marvel died of cancer, even though he was superhuman, super everything. For fuck's sakes. But anyways, yeah, the original Captain Marvel, you know, he was superhuman, but so was the tumor he had. And there was nothing human technology could do to save him. And, you know, that was kind of poetic. So, yeah, you could essentially kill any superhero with just, you know, different forms of cancer. Oh, man. Fucking been watching too many dank memes. Oh, shit. But, no, I dug this. I like this. And if you like this, not the video, but, well, yeah, if you like the video, and if you like reaction videos, this reaction of it, the video, you probably also get a kick out of that shit right there. Yeah. I'm Louis Vision.